I'm still Dane Pavlovsky, still an alum, but equally as honored and excited to talk to these people as well. So at this time, Athletic Hall of Fame inductees, get ready. Find your lane up to the stage, pick your seat. I'd like to introduce the 2018 Olivet College Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. Starting first with Vern Hazard, class of 1983, football and baseball. Chris Gumper, class of 1996, baseball. I appreciate somebody using the other stairway. You gotta get it all used. David Millward, class of 1997, golf. Kathy Hughes, Roche Wallace, class of 2000, track and cross country. And Laura Fiorino, class of 2002, soccer. Let me hear it. You can have this one. Try to get it. I mean, yeah, but we can figure it out. So if you don't like, okay, there are bottled water. Oh, a little parched. Is everybody excited? It swivels. It does. Is everybody out there excited? There we go. We're fired up now. We're ready. So similar to the last one, we'll start with some generals, whoever would like. I trust everybody to be civil. So we'll start with, again, my favorite question. What does being an Olivet College Comet mean to you? It is not, we're not grading this. It'll be fine. Lou?
All right, I'll go first. I'm not shy. Thanks to the family and friends that are here tonight. I think one of the most important things about being an Olivet College Comet is kind of being here and having that diversity and learning the leadership. We were really disciplined, not only on the soccer field, but at Ceronian, just as classmates. You know, we really just kind of developed, and it was really important for me with my career to be a part of this campus and this college and this community, and something I'll never forget. And the minute you step foot here, even if it's been years since you've been on campus, you kind of have those memories come back to you, and it's something that you will never forget.
Great start.
For me, Olivet was more of an opportunity, and it gave me hope. I came from a very dysfunctional family, and sports saved my life. And just having the opportunity here with not just the academics, but Tri-Office, my friendships there will live forever. And really the amazing story is that Coach Lynch, who was my second coach here in football, he ended up hiring me down in Texas in Deer Park. And the company I work for now is really how I met them. So it's really an Olivet full circle. So it's been a blessing, and it's been a wonderful journey.
Going from Hannibal Horton Comets to the Olivet Comets. So being a Comet is the right fit for me. I came here coming from as my second chance also. I was at another college down the road, very conservative, and came here after one semester from that place where everything was just not right. Nothing really went the way it should. And from the minute I stepped on this campus, it was home. Just like Mike had said and the others had said, this has been home to me. My second home from Hannibal Horton to Olivet. These are the two places that are in my heart forever. Thank you.
So for me, it was a privilege to become part of this family. Such a great opportunity to come here and play a sport that I loved and get a fabulous education. My professors supported me along the way to allow me to be part of a great team, forge friendships that have lasted a lifetime.
Can I just say ditto? Being a young mom of 5, I guess at first, non-trad, coming in, not really having a kind of a direction, but a change of direction at the same time. Olivet's created that opportunity to develop and move forward, and having, people here that are always to support you. There's the networking, family and friends, just 3 of my kids graduated from here after me, and then just still continuing with having those connections has been pretty awesome. So, yeah. Thank you.
Very nice. And I say we joke all the time with my parents and other people who I graduated with, but there is something about that Olivet connection that you can be in Oregon climbing up a mountain and somebody will see Olivet College and go, hey, I know Olivet College. And it's just the weirdest little thing, but it's something about this place. So we can tell we have a very charismatic bunch up here. So we'll ask the fun one now. Keeping it PG and keeping mind on the clock, what is one of the best memories that jumps out to you about your time on campus as a student that you'd be okay sharing with the public? Laura looks ready.
Oh God, I'm not ready. I have a lot of family here. I don't know if anyone noticed. Honestly, PG, it would be, for me, one, playing soccer, of course, that was the most memorable moment, but also with my sorority sisters and hanging out at Ceronian. Lou, we're going to talk about that $1 million donation and what you can do for Ceronian as well. You're next. Honestly, it's just hanging out with my sorority and hanging out with my sisters and just kind of contributing and giving back to the campus was one of my most memorable times here.
Mine was 39 out of track and butt huggers. Looking at a group of 18, 19-year-olds going, what the hell am I doing? And then, as I'm running, I have most of the coaches that are my age cheering for me, not really their own, but they're like, yeah, way to go, kind of stuff. And my soon-to-be husband running unattached at meets with me was really fun. And then, I just have some really great memories, running cross-country and track and all that, yeah. Actually, no track. There was not a track yet. And it wasn't really a cross-country course. We would run at the golf course, and so a lot of struggles there, but it was all good.
So for me, I'd have to say, I think many of you know Coach Gary Morrison in the room. He was the golf coach. Wonderful guy, and he is recovering right now from heart surgery and improving. I think one of my favorite memories has to be a tournament that we came off the course and we did horribly. Everybody was pissed off in the van riding back to Olivet. And then out of nowhere, Coach just starts telling Coach Morrison jokes, one after the other. Within a few miles, everybody in the van is laughing at him. So, amazing guy.
Mine would have to be a little unique. It wasn't on campus, but it's still Olivet. I was in Europe, and my brother came over to see me in the summer, and we were on the French Riviera, and we're on the beach, and enjoying the view, and all of a sudden, I hear, Vern, and it's Don Tusky. Former president of Olivet College and the fraternity brother, of all places, were there. And he goes, Vern, how am I going to do it? So, Olivet, here we go.
Coming in to close it out. Relief.
Mine is very similar to theirs. Pledging a Delta Cup pie. being with the team, baseball team, all the times traveling to Florida, that was the biggest trip for us. You know, we got to go down in the sunshine and be that camaraderie, the brotherhood. That's the whole thing. I can't get too specific, but it was that the friendship, the brotherhood.
Great answer. Great job, everybody. You made it through the first wave. Now people can take a little breath, except for Dave. So we're going to start with you, and for a very specific reason. We'd like to let you know we have a little surprise for you. If you direct your attention over to the video board, please.
Okay. To begin with, I would like to congratulate all of this evening's honorees. In particular, Vern Haffey, who played baseball for me, and David Millward. I nominated David several years ago, and we've been working hard to get him elected. And Dave was responsible for something that became known as Canadian Connection. He was the very first recruit that I got from Canada, from a faraway place actually, Regina, Saskatchewan. The story behind Dave's recruitment I thought was pretty interesting. I was told all spring and into the summer that Dave was not going to come to a college unless he had seen it, and that they were 44 hours away and that they probably were not going to come down and visit. And I just kept sending postcards and so forth, and lo and behold, in the middle of August, his dad called and said we're coming down, and they brought all their stuff with them, and just in case, and when he got here, he decided to stay, and which was great for Olivet College. And in February of the next year, that school year, his dad called and said Dave loves it at Olivet, and if you have any other Canadians that are interested, I would be glad to call their parents and so forth. And that started it. And I remember the first year we had like 1, and then it went to 5, and then it went to 11, and then it went to 15 Canadians, and I think overall we had over 30. And I know that in the 16 golf championships that we had, there was a Canadian on all of them, and there was not a domination of it by Canadians. We had U.S. guys and Canadian guys. We had the Canadian flag and the American flag on each lapel, and it got to be quite a thing, and it was a lot of fun. And then Dave did his part by being all conference 2 years. I think he played on 4 championships. He was an outstanding student, 4.0 student. Went into medicine at Michigan State University and is now a doctor. Also orthopedic surgeon at Arizona State University. And so we're extremely proud of him, and I've waited a long time to honor him, and now I can't be there, and it's a bummer not being able to be there. But it's an honor for me to honor Dave, and because he was responsible for a lot of good things related to Olivet College golf. Dave is probably one of the most dedicated athletes I ever coached. One incident that I remember vividly was in the middle of the winter, that sophomore year, when he started making his move from scoring in the 80s down into the 70s. he told me one day, and he was going out to Bedford, and it was the middle of January, and it was about 15 degrees. And somehow he talked me into going with him. And we got out there, and I made it about one hole, and I couldn't stand it. It was just too cold. And Dave continued on, and that was the kind of dedication that he had. Never had a harder worker. As far as, I mean, the fact is, when he came in, he was not all conference. But he played on 4 championship teams, and he became all conference. And he's a perfect example of what a Division III athlete can do if he decides that he's going to do it. And that was what Dave did. I always remember that. Now, guys that are that dedicated are actually few and far between. When you get one, you know it.
So Dave, what does it mean to you now to sit and hear Coach Morrison's words? What does that kind of make you think?
Well, first off, I'm so glad you found me and brought me here so to have this opportunity. And those words, gosh, what can I say? It means everything.
And Coach mentioned a lot of great teams you played on, great individual performances. When you think back to your time on the course at Olivet, are there any big moments or big rounds that really stand out to you when you think back?
Gosh, there are so many. I think that the first year we qualified to go to nationals, that was pretty special. I don't think the team had done it before. So having that opportunity as a freshman to do that, and to be able to make Coach proud, give him that reward, that was pretty special.
Absolutely. Thank you. Great. We'll move down the row a seat to Mr. Hazard. When you look back, similar to Lou and similar to all of our honorees tonight, it's a long bio. There's a lot there to get through. But a busy man, member of Phi Alpha Pi, very involved there. I've heard tell of you were a WOCR DJ at one point or another.
Jeff Scott, WOCR 89 FM, where rock and roll lives.
You should come back down to the studio. That is now 89.1, the one. So, anytime. Homecoming King, you were an all-MIAA honors in football, won an MIAA championship, member of the baseball team. So when you think back on your time as a student athlete at Olivet, how has your life today been impacted by the time you spent on those fields?
Again, I'll start with Coach McCauley. He's my high school football coach, and he's here tonight. And it doesn't happen without great coaches and teachers and so on. And also my friends, Dave and Janine Meisner, and Chad and Joy Schemler, Jonathan. To me, the older I get, the more I realize that life is about relationships. And to me, Olivet gave me an opportunity, like I said before, that the Hazard family wasn't a good family. And I was the only one that went to college, and I'll say it again, that especially football, I was an angry young man, and it gave me an outlet. And having the last name Hazard was perfect for football. But looking back on it, looking at Charlie Webster and Randy Doakey and Roy Peligian and Gary Zerno, and you could go on and on and on with that, and also with baseball. But it gave me structure and discipline that I didn't have at home. And what I do now is I'm a senior executive in a leadership firm. And what we say is leadership is not about you. It's not about a personal agenda. It's about serving others. And when you truly serve, you empower and you create multipliers. And Olivet was the bridge to that. And I cannot thank Olivet. It gave me hope when I didn't have any. So that's how.
we'll move down to Kathy. So excited. So you gave away the lead a little bit, as I'll say, but in a good way. Your bio is a little different than some of the others. As you said, non-traditional. Being a non-traditional student and a mother, and also competing in track and field and cross country. And obviously the accolades came with it. You had all MIAA honors. You had a 5th place finish at a conference championship meet. You were the first cross country runner in school history to get All-American honors. You finished 20th at the D3 championships. First female in Olivet College history to compete at the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Absolutely. So for a traditional student, that's a big deal. For somebody who is non-traditional and had kids, how did you do it?
The first thing that came to my mind was ignorance is bliss. So it was my outlet, was running, and Olivet gave me that opportunity that I was looking for to fulfill that need. A quick story is Nancy, who at that time, Van Hoosier, was the AD. I had been racing a little bit prior to that and had been earning some money, a little bit, right? So when I decided to come back to school, well, not even go back, to go to college, I don't even know if Nancy knew, I was looking at basketball as an option. Like, is that possible even at my age, And then it came around that I had been doing some triathlons, and then, maybe I could run. And we were having a conversation, and, she asked me, had you earned money? And I said, yes. And so she went to the NCAA to get a ruling on regaining an amateur status. So at that time, my mom had currently just passed from cancer, and the ruling was that I had to pay back all my professional earnings, which wasn't very much, but anyway, to a charity of my choice, which I did, and that reinstated me for amateur status, which gave me the opportunity to run. So, I don't even know how to say it, what an opportunity, and then being 38, 9, I think, I don't even know how old I was, but with 5 kids and, going back to school, there's just so much going on at that time, and then having that opportunity to run. And I felt like a mom. So Karen Lutzke, who's now the coach here, just started, right? Left Michigan State, right? And then came coincidentally to Olivet at the same time I did. So I had a D1 coach, and I'm like, but I was older than her, but she, funny, like my first cross country meet, the first thing she said, Kathy, don't lead this thing. I let it. And then I crashed out. I came in like 3rd or 4th, but she's like, some things you just have to experience. So that's like the integrity of the coach. Even though I'm older, she didn't assume I knew any better, which I didn't. But that's the quality of coaching and the support that was here that gave me those opportunities to be the success, I guess, that came out of that experience. So yeah, it's great.
And Chris, lots of athletes in the room tonight. No secret, Olivet student body is very student athlete. We have a lot of student athletes that participate in our sports across the board. So what kind of opportunities and lessons did you learn as you think back to when you played here at Olivet that have kind of carried off the field, carried on in your life since?
I've had lots of opportunities because of Olivet. I'd like to start off by, there's a lot of things that have been rolling through my head that I want to talk about. And part of the reason Olivet's so special to me is when I was in school, in high school, I was not a great student. I was an average student at best, and I had to really work hard to do that. I'm dyslexic, and that affected a lot of my learning when I was younger. And when I got to Olivet, this is a place where people wanted you to succeed. They wanted you to make it. I had people, professors, that are just, I think the world of. I was invited over to their home and to work on my writing. Where else do you find places like that? And I can go on and on about all the different professors that came and helped and gave me the opportunity to learn. I not only got my bachelor's degree here, but I also came back and got my master's degree. And I actually became a very good student after after a while, you know.
Funny how that
happened. You know. Not to mention all the athletic part, and also being here at the time that I was here. I got the privilege of playing with Coach Olivet, and that was part of the reason I came here, because a lot of people don't know this, but Coach Olivet actually coached at Hanover Horton, and my dad played on his team in high school. And that was kind of the connection to all of that and how I got here. Although Tom Shaw was the coach at the time that recruited me. And then Tom, later on, ended up taking over the head coaching job, and was here the whole time that I was playing. But the opportunities of, to be able to be here today, I had the opportunity to, I was able to go on trial for Cincinnati Reds. I was invited down there from here, having scouts to work at me. Wasn't quite good enough, but I got those opportunities. I had the shot. Okay? And not to mention the job that I have today is because of this and the opportunities I had here.
This is it, isn't it?
Yep, we knew.
This is it.
We knew. Laura, again, with everyone else up here, impressive athletic performance and accolades. Over 60 points on 27 goals, 6 assists. Still Olivet single season records for soccer. Absolutely. Your team won a school record 16 games, won an MIAA title, went to the NCAA D3 Women's Soccer Championship for the first time in school history. Obviously, incredible season, incredible memories. What kind of memories do you have from that season as a player? Not only necessarily maybe on the pitch, but also with your teammates, your coaches, your friends during that season. It's still a special season.
That season will stand out for my entire life. And, you know, honestly, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. To be fair, they earned this just as much as I did. You know, we worked hard, we were scrappy. Those 2 or 3 a days during preseason, you'll never forget. You hated it while you were doing it, but I look back at it now and I'm like, I would give anything to do that. What memories? I mean, I honestly, I look back at that. I think of the glory days, and I wish, you know, we had, you know, 3 more seasons of that. But very happy to be a part of that team. There were 5 or 6 of us from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, that came over to play, and we took a chance. You know, on a small college that we came here on a recruiting trip, and we had a blast. And, you know, we look back at it today and we remember the night, you know, hanging out at Phi Alpha on the recruiting trip. Don't tell anyone, the secret. But it was just, the memories will be there. I've been playing soccer since I was 5 or 6, but that year will stand out forever for me.
We'll open up a little bit for a few more, and we'll start with Laura, because we ended with Laura there. What would you tell, or what would you say, there are a few student athletes in the room as part of SAC here, but also other student athletes, other people who might be at Olivet in some of the similar situations that you all have been through. What would you tell them if they're trying to decide, I don't know if I should come to Olivet, I don't know if I should stick it out? What would you say to them?
Oh, you know what? The minute I stepped foot on campus, I knew I was staying here for 4 years. I think that this campus and this college and the faculty, there's still faculty here today that are teaching from when I went to school here. They're committed to you and to developing your career and your learning. It's such a great community that we have here, and just it's a big family. And I think that, you know, honestly, one of the best things that could have happened to me was coming to Olivet College.
can't meet my gaze, or then you're locked in to answer. What would you tell students, even maybe non-traditional students, who might think about coming to Olivet College, participating, becoming a comic?
Why wouldn't you? You know, the acceptance, the opportunity, the diversity, the opportunity to also focus on academics, but then also the athlete. You know, you have that dualness. Like the bigger schools, you kind of have to really pick and decide. The D3 smaller colleges really open up a lot more opportunities. So yeah, that would be the one. And then this particular school is just really, I want to say family driven. I mean, it's just more connecting, personal, you know. They really want to get to know you. The staff, the faculty, the people around you just really want to try to help you out. So I think that really, that's what I would say. It's that, it gives you that opportunity, yeah.
Great. Maybe we may as well keep it rolling. Right in line.
I would tell them, come take advantage. This place is going to help you grow, become a better person. It's opened up so many doors for me and taken me places that I couldn't imagine I would have went.
Really echoing everything that they said, but also because of Olivet being Olivet, I remember Hope and Adrian and Albion and people say, no, they're so great, and they're good. But for me, Olivet was like that little chip on the shoulder, and we wanted to prove people wrong. And I love the fact that we got to do it, and we got to do it with passion. And our lives are better because of Olivet. And that's what I would say to the people. If you come here, do it with passion and purpose, and great things will happen.
I'm going to go off of what he said. Some of the other schools around here that have some different, a little more, bricks and stones and things, and some of the flashy items that they didn't have. Now we have all this, but when I was here, a little different. It's the people. It's the people that are here. And you can have all the fanciest equipment and lifting machines and all that stuff, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't have the people around you. And that's what I found here, and I'm sure it's the same as it was. Now they have a lot of fancy machines. But it's about the people that are here.
And we did good. We have a little more time, so we'll start back with Laura. Is there anybody, I know there's a big crowd, big crew came out to support. What people, not just Olivet people, but people here, friends, family, would you like to maybe say something to thank them for what they've done, how they helped you in your path here?
Yeah, definitely my family, my parents, my sisters, everyone on the soccer pitch, coaches, old teammates. Without them, I wouldn't be here again. But my parents, they drove me to every game. I was 5 years old and crying because they didn't sign me up, and finally my mom was, signed me up late. I didn't even have a jersey. I had a white t-shirt. That was my first uniform ever. So to my family, thank you for dealing with me and, bringing me to the soccer pitch. And not only that, but, if we had to be there at 5, we were there at 3 because I just had to be early. I couldn't miss it. So thank you for you guys. I love you guys. Oh, yeah.
Eric, my husband, all my children, which you don't realize how hard it is to get 6 kids in one room, big adults with grandbabies and all that, right? So Melissa, Ben, Justin, Nate, and Kelly and Cameron, all my children, Karen Lutsky, Nancy Van Herger, Kevin Rabinow, awesome, thank you so much. Vince Hagrid, I mentioned him. Thank you. I had to mention Hagrid. Just, I can't, all the people that are part of this, that's just really, it is about the people, your relationships, that's really what makes it, So just thank you to all my family and people that inspire me. So thank you.
Thank you.
So first and foremost, my parents, providing the resources for me to come here. Coach Morrison and his lovely wife, Judy. And then this led me to my family, my wife, who I met just up the road at Michigan State, my two beautiful girls now. Some of my teammates are here, professors, Dr. Knapp, Dr. Davis in the house. Very grateful.
I'd like to start off just thanking God. I believe this God is good all the time. And in my younger life, I was lost, and faith is a huge part of my life now. So I'm going to give him the glory. But when I look at Dave and Janine Meisner, he was my best friend growing up. We were blood brothers, born on the same day. And his mom became my mom when my mother became an alcoholic. And I will cherish their family forever. And your mother saved my life in a lot of ways. So thank you. Tom Lindsay, Vicksburg grad. We've worked together through the Flipping Group. He's the superintendent at Oak Ridge. A great man of leadership and faith. Thank you for being here. Coach McCauley. I didn't understand why you and Ruth, your wife, invited me to family events. But as I got older, I realized that you wanted me to get away from the dysfunction. And I can't thank you enough for that. Chad, Joel, being a brother and a sister, and we have a great company that we work for, and we are blessed on what we get to do. And then Jonathan and your wife, thank you so much for being here. Please tell Coach Morrison that he's in my thoughts and prayers. And I will never forget when we were going down to spring training and Buzz Galloway got stopped by the police and got a ticket. That's the last thing I'm going to say.
And Chris?
I'd like to start off by thanking my grandparents who both passed away. They used to come to all the games that they would make it to. I'd like to thank my parents for being here, for all that they've done. Come to all the games and that party. Thank my boys for coming. There's lists of people that have gotten me to this place. I mean, from all my teammates that I've gotten to play with, some amazing guys and some amazing players. I'm not standing up here by myself. Baseball is a team sport. And if it wasn't for those guys, those stats wouldn't happen. So, teammates, professors, everybody that works here at the college, from doing laundry to, everything that has made an impact on my life and has contributed to me getting here. And there's just so many. Thank you all.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to once again introduce you to the 2018 Olivet College Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. Thank you.